part of what got me motivated and understanding the impact an ally can have is part of my journey on learning in life is you've got to be an advocate. And I learned it through my son. My oldest son has got autism, and he's nonverbal. He's an amazing kid. He's in a great spot now, but he wasn't always. And when he was a young kid, there was very little hope and schools and support for him. And so me and some other parents saw that, and our kids were all quite low functioning, but we saw these high functioning kids that couldn't get jobs. And we went, we've got to do something about that. And we figured out this bridge between employers and these kids to get the communication. Over about a 15-year period, we created what's now one of the world's 2 largest neurodiverse employers. And it just started with a few of us. That, for me, is part of the lesson in life. All of us can have an impact. Whether you think it's small or not, you impact a broader circle, and when you connect with others and learn about them, that's the biggest part of the journey.
The Labuhn Indigenous Impact Prize has incredible alignment with a number of the strategic goals of the University of Lethbridge. It helps us to create an exceptional student experience, to create a campus where students are excited to learn and contribute, and to live our commitments to reconciliation, as well as strengthen ties with Indigenous communities.
What we realized is that we grew up in a family of community impact, community builders, even if we didn't think of it as such. So our parents both were immigrants, refugees of war that came over, and Dad came from the Ukraine, Mom came from Germany, and they knew nobody, and they created a community here. Dad worked at a concrete plant, and he created a very eclectic mix of people, and some of those individuals were from the Blackfoot community. Harvey and I grew up around this group, and I think it just formed part of our values and who we are.
I think that there's such importance to getting an education nowadays. There's business opportunities, there's so many other opportunities, but you need an education in order to take advantage of them. I just believe that. And so anything that we can do, if it's a student, if this helps that student get started in the program or move forward in the program so that they can access those things, I think that's the wave of the future, and that's really what we're trying to achieve here.
The Labuhn Indigenous Impact Award is really inspirational of how it impacts students, because not only is it open to our Indigenous population, it's also open to our non-Indigenous population. So it's the coming together of both worlds for the greater impact of reconciliation here at the University of Lethbridge. For students, this award gives them financial assistance to allow them to continue their studies, or in whichever way they need possible, as they are a student balancing education as well as everything that comes to life at that time.
Going to university, going to college is getting more and more difficult right throughout the country. Our hope is that we're providing some incentive and a way for some other students that maybe won't be able to go without some help to actually get into the university setting. And I think the University of Lethbridge is just an excellent place for them to be.
The endowed scholarship funds provided by the Labuhns will be matched by the Board of Governors, doubling its impact. This means that every year, 2 students will be awarded this prize. It's really inspiring to see University of Lethbridge alumni who've made such significant impacts in their professions and their communities to come back and make an impact here at the University of Lethbridge.
When I think back to starting off at the University of Lethbridge, I took an anthropology class. It was one of the most interesting classes I ever took. And one of the first books that we had to read was about Indigenous people in southern Alberta, which it was fascinating to me. I learned an awful lot about the community around me that I didn't realize really existed.
It's about the hope of providing more opportunities and recognizing those that support.
We know the quality of the people that come out of the university. We want to make sure that there's just more people, and especially those in the Indigenous community that maybe can't do it otherwise, have got an opportunity to come to this university and get a liberal education, which I think is just a fantastic thing to have.
I want to thank Roland and Harvey for their generosity and vision, for their commitment to reconciliation, and for their investment in students and in Indigenous communities. Thank you.